Peace. Travis Sotawell, Facebook Live. Now I just went live. Now it's working. Okay. So I just went live and did 20 minutes and didn't realize I was recording right. But that's how it goes in this game. It's funny. I just think about how many lives I don't watch people, and you just wait until it's your turn when you come in this game, right? So it's like been coaching people, trying to tell them a few things. It's like we got a misconception. I got this from Alex Armozy about the level of activity we need to do to make a breakthrough, right? So this would be one of the keys. This actually isn't what I was planning on covering tonight, but it's really the next level of basics to a breakthrough. And what we're covering tonight is really the foundation, just the beginning principles, the beginning foundation and fundamentals to move you out of that doubt, move you out of that confusion so you can have the basics to your breakthrough. And as Alex Hormozy talks about, a lot of us think getting into the, online coaching game, we're talking to educators, we're talking to leaders, we're talking to business people. We all see the potential in having an online presence, social media, having online events, and that we look at a lot of us sometimes get it in our head that it's like, oh, we got to make this perfect video or do this or that. But it's always kind of like, oh, we need to do this one thing. And then we're like, okay, we just need to level up a little bit and do like 2 or 3 times more. But it's really like 100 times more. So it's like, that's why we got a daily business podcast. Like and subscribe. You on YouTube. Subscribe on Spotify. Get that daily hit under 10 minutes to keep your mind right on business. And we working on our content, always improving. And this is where we're really focusing in on where people are at right now. You're feeling powerless. The doubt, the confusion of what's going to happen in the future. AI, politics, all these things. And you're in survival mode. Confused, anxious. This is what we're looking at, is to get the basics so you can make that breakthrough and get out of that doubt. That doubt outside of you externally of what's going to happen, and really the self-doubt. The knowledge you need. The movement you need. The connection you need. And ultimately what we're talking about tonight is the confidence you need. So we hit you with that knowledge. This builds the confidence. So we got 3 keys, right? And just think of when I was younger, I had that same anxiety. I had that same angst. I had that same doubt, confusion, not knowing myself, not knowing where I was going, but knowing I wanted more. I was bigger than where I was. And not getting the education. That's why we push that hard here. Giving you the knowledge so you can have the confidence. I was miseducated by everyone else, so I had to educate myself over the years. But early on, I fell into that hopelessness. That hopelessness, that meant turning to getting high, getting drunk. And fortunately, I've been in gratitude the last few days because I could have killed someone. I have DUIs. Fortunately, I haven't. So that gets me in gratitude. That gets me to another day of just having the energy to get going. So let's get going right into it. Basics to your breakthrough. 3 keys to get out of doubt. So the 3 keys really are: 1, you got to want something. You got to want to do something. 2, you got to know yourself. You got to know where you're at. So 1, Gotta want to do something. Gotta want to be something. Two, you gotta know where you're at. And three, you gotta know who you need to move with. You know where you want to be, where you're at, who you want to do it with. You know who you want to work with as a leader, finding a coach to level you up. Also, who you have in your life that's going to support you. Now, that's staying connected. Maybe at the same level as you, maybe a few steps in front, maybe a few steps behind. But y'all together. You know, honor that person and be grateful if you have one in your life like that. Because you might not, right? You may be the only one in your crew, in your family, in your circle that is really on what we talking about here. Stepping into your higher self, leveling up, you know, stepping into leadership of yourself first. So let's get into it. Do you want that? That's the first thing. Do you have a passion and desire to level up? You know, level up in the leadership of yourself and then leading others. If you're gonna lead yourself, gotta learn how to be a follower first. That's where you tap into where you're at. Gotta know yourself. You always have to know yourself, always have to know where you're at right now. Every development, every coaching, every growth, every program, idea, thought, it always starts with where you're at. You know, we're in the mental sphere, right? We talking about leveling up your thoughts, you know, so you can develop a skill, leading yourself, leading others, you know, in the realm, working with educators that want to really create new curriculum for our youth, working with business people that want to level it up, or really just step into entrepreneurship, step into business, online coaching. You know, these things natural fit, right? But even if you were exercising, you got to know where you're at today, right? You got to have your measurements, whatever those are. And then you match the program to where you want to be, which is the last part. So again, the first thing is got to want to do something. Got to want to be, you know, where do you want to be? Then you got to know where you're at. And then who do you want to do it with? Finding a coach, finding a teacher. And then let's go through the 3 parts to finding a good teacher. First, you're going to be attracted. You know, you're going to be attracted to who you're going to be attracted to. They talk good, they look good, whatever it is. The bad part is that a lot of us, that's the only thing we stay on. We just get an attraction to someone, and then we just keep rolling with them. Because no one's told us there are more things to look at here. You can be attracted to someone, then what? Then do you have a resonance? Do you vibe with them? You know, you can be attracted for whatever thing. I say the attraction piece is kind of the superficial thing. You know, the thing that catches your eye at first. You know, it could be, in the coaching business, we call this the concept. You know, it could be an interesting thing. You saw a thumbnail, the way it was phrased. You know, then we vibe. How do we vibe? We vibe with we sight, sound. You know, we the same demographic. You know, we have a same cultural connection, etc., etc. That's okay. So we got 2. The third thing is, are they where we want to be at? Either are they aspiring to it, they have the plan, and they're walking, they're a few feet ahead of us, and they can take us with them to where they're headed because we want to be in the same place? Or are they there already? Right? So I say you need all 3 of these to align. And I said, we're just throwing these out so we can know in some simple ways of how to look at somebody. So you gotta want something, right? Where do you want to be? Gotta know where you're at. And then you got to find out who you're going to do it with. Who you're going to do it with side by side, and who's going to lead you to that promised land. So another way, as I was talking, is because I'm a coach with coaches. And we were talking about today asking questions. So this is the other thing, is your coach tapping into who you are? You know, I emphasize this to anyone looking to step into and build an online coaching business. You know, you need to do discovery. You know, discover what the people you're helping, what they really want, what they really need. You know, so you can know, one, if you're even the one to help them, and then you can steer them to where they want to go. Or you're like, hey, I got what you need, homie. Let's do this. So if you're interested in, we definitely cover all of those areas, uncovering, helping you find out where you want to be. But we'll start with where you're at, because obviously you want something if you're checking out a Facebook Live, trying to get an idea, trying to overcome your doubts, that anxiety. You know, tapping in, we can give you some confidence. We give you some confidence by unpacking who you are, your uniqueness, your genius, so that you can step into genius leadership. And the first step to that, knowing where you're at, is we call it a personality type profiling session. We ask very interesting questions that you probably never been asked before to unfold yourself, understand yourself at a deeper level. First question we ask is, and ask yourself this: what do you love to do? What do you love to do so much that the only reason you stop is because you're exhausted? Consider that. That can give you a where you want to be, right? What are you interested in? What do you love doing? How can you do more of that? On a personal level, as an individual, the lifestyle, and then stepping up into your genius leadership. Travis Odewell. It's Pure Sound Daily Business. This is a Thursday night Facebook Live. Like and subscribe. You know, keep checking us out on Facebook. You know, like the page, connect with us there. Again, drop a comment if you're interested in a free profiling session. They gonna be here until they not no more. So we got a set number, but I'm really looking to help people and help people understand where they're at. Again, like and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Daily Business, under 10 minute business hits every day to keep you on that path to where purpose can find you. And if purpose has found you, to keep you on that path of purpose. Peace and love.